So today let's make harissa. Now harissa is this hot sauce from Tunisia, and yes, Tunisia is in the Mediterranean. I had to Google that. Anyway, it is a flavor that is very familiar to us. It's also very comforting, and you'll know what I mean. So harissa, it's a hot sauce, so we need chilies. Now don't worry about which chili, really use whatever is at home. I'm going to use Byadgi, but you could use Guntur or even mud chilies. Now we need 20 chilies for this recipe, and I know that sounds hot, which is why we will be de-seeding these chilies. And those who are in a mood for something too funny, my suggestion to you is de-seed them anyway. Trust me, I have made some mistakes in life. And now skeptics, you trust me too. This sauce is gonna make the case for the best ABH wings in town. So the next thing we have to do is soak these chilies in some hot water. Do this for at least an hour, if not overnight. So while these chilies soak, I'm gonna quickly make my spice mix. So in ratio to 20 chilies, you'll need 1 tablespoon of cumin, about 4/5 of a tablespoon of coriander seeds, a teaspoon of caraway seeds, and again about a 4/5 of a tablespoon of fennel seeds. Now, we want to lightly toast these seeds, for which we want our pan at a very low heat. Be very careful with your seeds to not let them burn. If not, they're going to be very bitter to taste. And the easiest way to do this is to toss them continuously and take them off the heat regularly. You will know when you're close, because it's going to get super fragrant and home is going to smell like happiness. Also, your seeds will get mildly colored. Once you get a desired color, quickly take them off the heat and dispense them off into a mortar. Now use this lovely tool to roughly grind them. Of course you could do this in the food processor, but my chilies are still soaking and I needed to kill time. It's been an hour and the chilies look ready. Our spice mix is ready, so let's get blending. So 20 de-seeded chilies soaked for an hour, a tablespoon of salt, 75 ml of vinegar or lemon juice, and 75 ml of oil. What we also need is lots of garlic and our spice mix. To get the proceedings started, in your blender, go in with your garlic, vinegar, salt and your spice mix and give it a quick blend. Follow this by adding the red chili pods after having them drained from the liquid. Blend again. Though this time your chilies aren't going to liquefy that quickly, so you might want to hold on to that button for a little longer. So that's looking good. Now add a little bit of that chili water to loosen the mixture further. Once your chilies have broken down, add half the volume of oil into your sauce. If your sauce begins to turn orange from red, it's a sign of success. Now finish by adding the rest of the oil, and very soon harissa will be ready. I'm gonna give it a quick taste, and it's spicy, it's toasty, it's complicated, it's just fantastic. So now don't sweat it when it comes to the spice mix. Like for example, when I had to make it for the first time, I went absolutely crazy searching for caraway seeds. And that's because in India, caraway seeds are called Shahi Jeera, Kala Jeera, I'm really not too sure. But you can really pull off a very nice harissa with just cumin and coriander. Adding caraway and fennel will add that further depth, that complexity to the flavor. But really, don't sweat it. Now let me quickly show you how to make a one-pan dinner using this harissa sauce. So for dinner we need the harissa and some chicken. Alongside we need some starch and some veggies. Now for the starch component, harissa could go really well with some white rice, maybe some broken wheat salad. I have chosen potatoes, and carrots and bell peppers for the veggie component. You could add any vegetable you like, but just remember you're going to be baking this dish for about 40 minutes at a medium-high heat, so you want to choose a veggie that can stand that heat. Keeping this baking time in mind, I'm going to diagonally cut the carrots into large chunks, and roughly quarter my potatoes. You could go for a smaller cut, but why put in all that effort? With the bell pepper, I'm going to use about half of it and I'm going to cut it into largest triangles. You think broccoli would have done well in this dish? Probably. For additional aroma and flavor, add a few cloves of garlic and a few wedges of lemon. The garlic, I'm not going to chop it up, but add it as is, whole. And the lemon, I'm going to squeeze out the juice marginally and leave the wedges in the baking dish for additional aroma. Use a couple of paper towels and pat your chicken dry. We do this so the marinade sticks to the chicken and doesn't get watered down. Give your chicken a generous dollop of that lovely harissa sauce you just made. Also add some honey if you like. It's completely optional, but it does add some balance. Now massage this onto your chicken and it is good to go straight onto your baking sheet. You really don't need to marinate this for a long time. The sauce is strong enough to hold its character. Oh wait, I forgot to season my veggies. So yeah, oil your veggies and season with salt and pepper. You could definitely add some dried herbs here, like dried oregano, dried rosemary. Rosemary goes beautifully with potatoes. So toss your veggies and now place your chicken in your bake sheet. This will go into a preheated oven at 200 degrees Celsius for 40 minutes. So while the oven does all the hard work, let me quickly make a lovely sauce. All you need is some mayonnaise and some of that lovely harissa you just made. And mix. How much harissa? It really depends on how much heat you can handle. And dinner is ready. Look at that chicken, look at those potatoes, look at those carrots. Everything is looking gorgeous, everything is beautifully charred and smoky. I'm getting hungry, let's get plating. Take some of that mayonnaise, give yourself a lovely swish. What do you want? That smoky potato? Take 3. Hey, have some of that chicken too. What? Feeling healthy? Fine. Take some carrots and some bell peppers. Let's add some love. Get some coriander or any herb really and add some more gorgeousness to your dish. And surprise, surprise! A tomato. Why? Just. So having harissa at home is a complete asset. Now you can use it as a marinade like I just did. You could also use it as a dipping sauce, as a sandwich spread. You could use it to flavor your gravies. And I'm sure some of you will be wondering if you need to bake this dish, the one I just made. Not necessarily, you can make it on a griddle pan and steam off your veggies. That option is definitely available. Now just to show you how versatile harissa is, I have another recipe coming up and that is simply going to blow your mind. Also, if you liked this episode, like, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching.